Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Hello everyone, welcome to the stream.
Today, Dr. Grimm is joining me. Sorry.
Thank you for having me here. It's an honor and it's a very nice pleasure.
Thank you for joining me today.
It was my honor. So, what is the first subject we want to discuss?
Oh, you act like I plan things. I don't plan anything. The first thing
Even better.
The first thing I normally do is just say hi to everyone. So hello General, hello Danny Dreadful, hello Creepypasta Goblin, and hello Derringer. I'm surprised you're here so early. And hello Turan. I'm not going to say your last name because I'm going to butcher it because I probably butchered the first name. And hello Chronopasta.
Hello to everyone. Especially hello to Turan, hello to Danny, hello to Chrono, hello to our lovely moderators, and hello to everybody else that is joining us. And am I quiet for anyone? Someone mentioned that I'm quiet for them.
I will turn you up. I have the ability. There we go.
Good.
Apparently, Derringer had to work. Oh,
Okay. Okay, it was at your end.
Perfect.
Hello,
All right.
Raven. Nice to have you here.
Apparently, I am quiet, but I am always quiet. That is how I am. I turned myself up a little bit on my end. I have. Hello, Raven, and Derringer is upset with you again. Derringer's always upset with Raven for some reason. Okay,
Take care, Chrono.
take care, Chrono. Have a good one. Thank you
have
for
a nice
dropping
day.
by. So yeah, no, I never
So,
really have things planned. That's not how I roll. I have to plan too many things in my real life. I ain't planning here.
It's the best way actually to go because you will have more adventures.
Exactly. Weird things happen on my stream. Everyone knows that.
That is the appeal of it. It's exciting, it's unexpected, and entertaining.
Exactly.
So I wanted to say at first to mention this. If anyone wants to retweet or mention this stream, there's a catch to the stream. If you donate any amount, it's the amount isn't important. You get to ask me or our beautiful, amazing host any question you want, and if you ask me, I will answer in my demon voice.
You can ask me, but I'll answer in my 42 voice, I guess. Hello, King. And so the way to donate would be through PayPal because I am not monetized. So I just pinned PayPal, and it's also on the screen and also in the description box. So if you do end up doing it, just message us. Because I'm trying to keep an eye on PayPal, but it's an extra screen.
Yeah, true. And hello, King of Canadian Hill. How are you?
King is here. I guess I was wrong. It only took him 11 minutes to show up.
True. So, any plans for this Halloween? Any kind of special stream or special collaborations?
For me, every single day we'll have a video starting tomorrow.
Very good. Do you have a list of guests that will feature, or will it be yourself and like a few features?
It's gonna be just me until the very end. The finale will have As the Raven Dreams, PA Nightmares, Seraphine the Midnight Bard. Who else? MCT. Um, Kiwai, Poltergeist, and hair raising narratives. It's
Very nice enough people.
yeah, it's gonna be 3 different stories, and 3 are in different stories. So yeah, I still have to get the recording done for that. But I need to get through the one I'm working on right now, which is day 6, and then yeah. And no, I have never been told that I sound like Willow.
Yeah. Hello, Miss Creepy Tales.
MCT. Speaking of the devil.
Yeah, same here, Danny. I'm really excited to see this amazing video that is coming up. This amazing collaboration.
Oh, and I forgot to the one thing I wanted to mention. All the stories are written by me for the finale. They're all my own stories.
Even more exciting.
Okay. And hello, Dark Hero. Sorry.
Mine would be collaborations with few people. Hopefully, Infinite Psychosis. With 2 animators. One is well known, called Friend. That has done a few videos for me, and also if I could get I'm open for any collaborations, but the ones that are planned is the amazing Danny Dreadful and Infinite Psychosis and the animators. But I'm open for anyone's idea, but I wouldn't promise a date because of the situation that has been going with my health. But despite that, yeah, I won't be uploading every day, but I try to upload 2 videos starting tomorrow per week.
I tried to do that. I couldn't. It was too much for me. So I'm only doing 1 video a week. But to be fair, I also do a video a day now. So
Yeah.
I do those 2-sentence shorts every day. So they're only a minute videos. But so in my head, I don't count those.
Yeah, those count as shorts, like YouTube shorts. They aren't, unless they are like 5 or 10 minutes, and there's a compilation of like 15 or like 20 of them. But it will be hard to gather so many short stories in such a little period of time.
Yeah. Yeah. I tried, the minimum I like to do for a full video is 15 minutes. I don't like anything shorter than that. So, to me, 15 is the low end. But I'm weird.
Oh, it's good. Like, yeah, because you want the amount that people enjoy. It's not too short, it's not too long. Like, some people won't enjoy like videos above 20 or 30. Myself, I enjoy it. If the narration is good, I enjoy it. And it doesn't matter. Even I have had listened to Dark Somnian's amazing story that I forgot. The person was a bartender, something like that. And it was around 4 hours.
Oh.
But yeah, there's a sweet spot. Like, I think, yeah, 15 minutes up to 20 is the sweet spot for narration.
Even half an hour can be really good.
It depends on the story,
yes.
Like how engaging it is.
Exactly. So I find the sweet spot about 15 to a half an hour. Anything more than that, like even personally, like when I'm looking at videos, I'm like, do I really want to invest that much time into a video right now?
True. Yeah. Especially that I would. Hello, Lone Wolf. Thank you for joining us. I would say, like, for me, because of the deep voice that I do, like, I get distortion a little bit, so it's rather tricky for me and it's rather exhausting. So for now, until I get monetized or like hit 1K, I prefer to do 8 up to 12 minutes.
That's fair. I mean, that also gives someone like a quick video to watch too, which is good as well. Hello, Furberries. I just want to say Furbies.
Hello, Furberries. Okay, so let's get it more engaging. Let's say the good viewers of the stream, tell us what you want to discuss, or if you have any questions.
They have no
Like
question.
any topic that you want to bring up.
There is
as long as
also
it's
a
YouTube.
there's also a delay, so it's never right away.
Yeah, I know. There is always a delay.
I try to have it pretty low for my stream. Like, I think mine's are about 10 to not half an hour, 30 minutes, 30 seconds. Oh my god.
Oh,
English is
yes,
failing
you
me.
are a good viewer of the stream, but I cannot sing because it will get copyrighted.
I'm not singing you a song, King. I will die. It will be a slow and painful death because you'll all die, and then I'll have no subscribers, and I'll be sad.
I can sing a song in my native language that won't get copyrighted, but it won't be pretty because you won't understand anything.
Derringer, I mean, you're good at breaking ketchup. Sing the story tonight.
Very good. So, would you attend this year's HorrorCon?
If I have time, I'm going to try. I can't guarantee anything due to what this week already has in tell for me.
True, but it will be very delightful to have you there. I unfortunately got invited, not my own booth, but it will be nice to have such talented and familiar faces there. So I'm hoping I could see you there.
I think I need an avatar of some kind, but I need to go find it. If I am.
Yeah, they can help you. Dream has a low, very white voice. Yeah, the reason for my voice is when I was a child, around like 6 or 7, I got a nasty infection. I don't know the reason or the base of it, but I got it. It damaged my cords, and also I had to remove all my tonsils by age 9 because of that. And I have a deep range. Even for a male, I have a deep range and I can go even deeper. But yeah, and I can go even lighter, but I would rather go at this rate because I think this is more engaging and entertaining voice. Deeper one for some people might be a little bit distorted.
I didn't realize that you had damage. That sucks.
Yeah, but as the old saying goes, when life gives you lemon,
Throw
yeah,
the lemons back.
you can always come out of a situation with a good spin on it.
I actually have a shirt that has a saying from what was the game again? Portals, about when life gives you lemons, demand to see life's manager.
Oh yeah. That game is amazing, especially like the cake is a lie. Oh, that.
Yeah.
They don't make those kind of games anymore. I would say the closest entertaining wise would be, I would say, Red Dead. Actually, Life is Strange is good, but I wouldn't consider it like it's too heavily focused on being woke or being like it messes up this, especially the second one. The first one is amazing. The second one, yeah, it has like lost its identity, I would say, but still a great game. I would recommend for anyone that wants a story-based game that that the choices has consequences. I would recommend that game. What about you? Would you recommend any video games?
Sorry, I'm just reading them as they're making the make life take it back. I don't want your damn lemons. Demand to see life's manager. I'm just watching them put the whole thing out. um,
Thank you, King. So, would you recommend any video games, horror, non-horror, to your viewers or me or anyone that will listen to this stream?
I don't really play many games right now. I'm so busy. My husband would probably recommend Demon Souls. He plays the crap out of it. But I play like Power Wash Simulator, Among Us.
Yeah, that game is amazing. People don't understand how simulators work. Like Power Wash, the best I would say are Power Wash is third for me, but I would say the best is House Flipper and second the Thief Simulator.
Oh, I didn't know there was a Thief Simulator. I haven't gotten the house one.
Yeah, I just recently got it with the full DLC, and I would recommend it. Like, unless you are a psychopath, you will love that game. Even at it seems a little bit boring at the first for even lazy people, but it will pick up, and it will, especially for creative minds such as YouTubers or narrators or artists. It is, I think, a very good game. Like it's very engaging. It especially with each update, it gets more interactive.
And you steal stuff. Who doesn't love stealing things?
Yeah. Then life gives you lemon, get an engineer, convert it into a okay. GT with that line.
I could read you. I have the shirt. I could read you what the whole thing is. Make grape drink.
Okay. Okay. What about this? Until you find like the T-shirts, should I read MGT's comment in my demon voice?
Sure.
Okay. Just give me a sec to get ready.
When life gives you lemons, get an engineer, convert it into combustible lemons, then throw it back at life.
So yeah, basically they've said the whole thing pretty much right. When it's like, when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Make life take the lemons back. Get mad. I don't want your damn lemons. What am I supposed to do with these? Demand to see life's manager. Make it rue the day decide to give you lemons. Do you know who I am? I'm the man who's going to burn your house down with lemons. I'm going to invent a combustible lemon and burn your house down.
That was amazing. That game is like amazing, especially with the whole aftermarket products. Yeah, and for anyone that was considering, yeah, that is my real voice going that deep, but I can hold it maximum maybe for 2 minutes. But yeah, it will take effort and it will take a toll on me to have it for a long time. So maximum, I would say 2 minutes.
Yeah, I get that. I did an old lady voice for too long and ended up hearing my voice for too long for a while, so. Sometimes you think it's going to be fine, and then you realize, oh, I shouldn't have done that for as long as I did.
Yeah, true. I hope like for maybe this year, I doubt that we could do it on Halloween, but maybe on Christmas we could do a live stream on which whoever wants it If midnight, anyone, we all come to a server and live stream games, collaborative games, multiplayer games such as Dead by Daylight or We Were Here, like as having an event for a holiday to gather and have fun as narrators and YouTubers together. I think it would be a nice idea.
Would not be a bad idea. Depending on, Christmas is kind of weird for people. Some people have family and stuff to do, and other people don't. I'm one of the people that don't really do anything for Christmas because my family lives way too far away from me now. So.
Yeah, I understand. No, I don't mean exactly on the Christmas Eve, like a week beforehand.
Yeah.
We can't do it on. I doubt we can do it on Halloween. Maybe 2 days after or 2 days before because of the whole horror thing.
Yes.
Because people will be busy because of that. But it would be nice, like to have. I'm just imagining like a Dead by Daylight situation. Me, you, and like so many people, like Danny, Furbies, King, MGT, Seth.
Watching everyone die.
Really
I'm very bad at that game.
No, I can teach you if you want.
Oh, it's just I'm not very good with the timing part. I've always been bad at it.
You should be more cautious if you and you will learn. Like, don't go for the great. Go for good. Don't go for the great to hit the space bar because it will make you frustrated and you will mess up more. At the first, go for good.
And once you got the good down, then go for great. We wish you a Merry Christmas. Yeah. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. That is how I read that.
Yeah. Like, imagine you are running away and you hear this voice.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Come back. I just want to give you a hug with the knives.
Yeah, that would be hell of a time.
I played the the killer once, and no one wanted me to be the killer again because I was laughing and gleefully coming after everyone.
Like, yeah, you can get like a good killer with even a very high pitched voice. Like one person we played with actually turned into Mickey Mouse, and like Mickey Mouse was going, "Ha ha ha ha! I'm going to find you." It was more terrifying. It was more terrifying than normal killer. Like, think Mickey Mouse, haha, I will hang you.
The person that I played games with that actually scared me was T-Stash. He was laughing the whole time because we were playing hide and go seek. So, oh my god, like, he just laughed. Yeah. And the worst part is we found out he was at work, and apparently he had looks from work. And people just like, what the fuck is he doing? Why is he laughing like that? I'm like, they didn't talk to you weeks. They didn't talk to me for weeks.
Yeah, I understand that. Like, yeah, that would be amazing. We should arrange one. The other game that I would want to arrange, but first of all, I need one other person that knows the game to help me because it's a two-man job to do this. It's to actually build a very secure server for Gary's mod.
I always want to play Gary's mod, but I never could. I think I still have it.
Yeah, we can do it like off stream, and if anyone wants, we can do it on a stream. We need to first build a server. That is the main part. The rest I can do it very easily. Like, we can do murder. I don't know if you have seen murder is the one that one is killer, and one is like a sheriff that has the gun. The others are innocents, and you have to find the killer before he kills everyone. And the sheriff has to kill him with the gun. But if the sheriff shoots and kills a person that isn't the killer, the screen goes black for 10 or 20 seconds and he will lose the gun.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Prop hunt, like the best game ever. Like prop hunt, hands down. You can have so many trolling and so many laughter. Have you ever played prop hunt?
No, but I've watched a few places play it.
Yeah, like that game is amazing. I would recommend it to you whenever you have free time. We will gather a few by people, and yeah, I think Pasta has it too. We can build a server and we can try it out, like up on, especially the sounds. But I doubt we can do the whole sounds. We have to give the limits on stream because some of them are not PG friendly.
Ah.
Yeah.
I don't think they play with sound on the ones that I've watched. I think it's silenced, if I remember correctly. Which is probably why, because it's not friendly.
No, some YouTubers do, but it depends how you do it at what time of the video and how much your audience are acceptable towards jokes and how much is their limit.
Yes. Yeah, and I think you have to wait like a minute. 42, what is your favorite citizen in the Age of Empires and why is it goth? This is not goths. We've been through this, Derringer. It's not goths.
Then what is it?
I prefer to play other. I used to really like Japanese, but I prefer playing England because of the longbows.
Yeah, yeah, like England. Same here. I used to play as Japanese, but I would say England by far the most favorite one, at least for me.
But actually, most of the time I just play random, as long as I don't get bad as it sounds. Mongols, I'm fine, but that's because I can't go without the walls.
Yeah, I get that. Like that is too much effort to play as them.
Yeah, so I love fighting against the Mongols because I just walk in there and it's like, oh look.
Yeah, that is fun, but playing as a Mongol, no way, that isn't fun.
No, it's just not. Like, it's not my cup of tea. I'm like big on like hiding behind the walls. I have like 2 walls with towers on everything. I don't play fair.
Another mod that I think you have seen is, and it will be suitable for our narrators, I would say, is Death Run on Gmod. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Death Run is like basically Saw. Like you have a track that you have to get through it. It can be long, it can be short. Most of it is mostly long, and at the end you can play mini games with the killer or kill him in a hand-to-hand combat. And there are a set of traps, some activated by the map itself, like weight pressures or something like that, and some most are activated by the killer that is hiding behind the wall. So some kind of Saw, but not exactly.
Wow, that actually just seemed kind of creepy.
It's amazing, especially when you know how to do it. Like I was banned. I was not banned, but
was banned. It was not banned.
No. I didn't get banned. I was like not allowed for a day because I trolled one of the people that was owning the server. Okay, take care of yourself, Lone Wolf. Take care.
Take care, Lone Wolf.
Yeah, I trolled the person because I know how to use the console, and I actually was one of the creators of the server, so I had the God mode on, so he couldn't kill me. I was just flying through the map.
So you got a temporary ban for trolling.
Yeah, like I went like even as a killer, like the person was bragging too much that he knows a lot. He was just making others a little bit irritated. So I had to like mix it up and make everybody laugh. So I was the killer, and I went outside of the map. so the game broke, and I was seeing all of the map at once. So I had free range as a killer in the murder one. Yeah, you need to build a server with a person that is like knows when to use it, because if you build it with a person that loves trolling too much, it can get irritating.
Yeah, that's fair. And that's pretty much everyone though. Like if you
Yeah, true.
if you let someone who's just gonna abuse it, it's not as fun. Sometimes it's just funny.
Yeah, I think I have the limit. Like, if you are trolling, but if you are trolling and yeah, it's laugh because it isn't competitive gaming or competitive anything. It's you are having fun and it's banter. It's nothing too serious, but some people take it too serious, so you need to account them too.
Yeah, no, that's just life now. People just take some things way too serious. It's like, just calm down. We're just having fun. This isn't real life.
Yeah. Like what we call it, yeah, like Among Us. Like I was playing with one of my friends and I suddenly went to my demon voice and he actually was so scared he knocked his microphone off. this
Oh
this
no.
thing.
No, I
Yeah,
don't
like,
want. I don't want to hear that.
thankfully it landed on. Yeah. It was so goddamn perfect. Like, he said, "I trust you. I trust."
Uh-oh. Hold on. Oh, dang, guys.
That was in Medbay and came down. Thing I forgot. It was a long time ago. That you could hear a person if he was in your proximate and you could hear them, but not every person. Like if you were in 2 meters in the here's Johnny, and he just fucking screamed like on the Discord itself. He unmuted himself. Yeah, like.
Screamed.
Among Us is a good game, but you need people to make it more lively. Like, I would say as a game, it needs like another game that would be fun. I would recommend is Human Fall Flat. Have you seen it?
I don't think I have. That one doesn't sound familiar.
It's like Gang Beast. If you have seen Gang Beast, people that are like made of clay that are robbery. You have to get through maps together. There are so many puzzles to do, so many ways to finish and complete a map, and it has so many maps. Like that would be amazing thing to play or even stream, I would say. Even your moderator is saying the game is amazing.
Oops. No. No, stop. Thank you. I'm looking at it and it just starts playing music. I'm sorry, guys. My bad. I accidentally clicked on something I didn't mean to click on. Oh, yeah, I have seen this. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, like, and another this amazing and yeah, because it would be fun
Just
for everyone.
one second.
Have you ever considered streaming?
I do stream
Okay.
some games. Hold on, I'm gonna hang up and you hang up and I'll call you back. You're cutting out a little bit, so I'm wondering if we just need to restart the call. It happens sometimes. Okay. Sorry, 1 second, guys. And he's back. Can you hear me? You there, Dr. Grimm? Did we break Discord again? I always break Discord. Discord always break. There we go.
Yep. It's the region.
It's the region?
Yeah, the region. I changed it and now it's better for me.
Okay.
Yeah, the region of conversation was going to Dubai, and Dubai is very bad for connection. So I went to Europe.
I never even looked there. Oh. I'll have to remember that.
Yeah, remember this for people that are outside of USA, you need to go to Europe because USA is 50-50 and other countries are very bad. And for yours, I think is automatically set to choose whatever it's nearest.
Yeah, and I think mine's normally US West for me.
Yeah. But it's okay. Like I said, would you consider any games to stream?
I've streamed a few. I was playing with my husband Dead Island, the first one, and I played Slime Rancher.
Very good, very good. And what about I forgot 7 Days to Die or Forest?
I haven't, like, 7 Days to Die. I've seen some stuff for it, and I haven't seen Forest, which is really bad because Ravens played it with Ghost Inc, and I never saw any episodes of that. Actually, no, I have, because I saw Markiplier play it. That's right.
Yeah, it's a very good game, especially if you are playing on stream with other people. It's very engaging, and it's, I would say, some kind of horror. It isn't like actually scary, but yeah, it would count as a horror game.
Both of them are 20 somewhat dollars, so I just had a quick look. Right now my budget's a little low, so no new games for me this week.
Yeah, but you can. There is a trick to Steam. You can always make another account in a very low price region. I chose mine. One is Europe, for me it's Germany, one is for Brazil, and I get the games that are too expensive on the Brazil one. Because if you exchange your dollar to Brazil's money, it will be too much of value, so you won't have any problem with the budget.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, Brazil's money is not amazing. Like, they don't have a big buying power, I don't think.
Yeah, you can do that. Like, this would be a quite neat trick to do.
And,
yeah. And something that I would recommend that will help those stream, or even when you are playing with friends, I would say things such as this.
I can smell you.
Yes, I did.
It's a sound pad. You can search it on Steam. I doubt it's expensive.
Probably not. Hold on, let me look.
There's a free version, but don't get for the free version. You cannot do anything with it. Yeah, soundboard, but this is more efficient and it gets updated, and you can add your own customized voice without any problems.
You said sound pad, right?
Yes.
$14.
Yep. There are so many, like, I have PG friendly and non-PG friendly thing here. Like, I trolled, not trolled, but I made actually Steph jump in his chair when he heard Morgan Freeman.
Why is
Like,
Morgan Freeman here? Where did he come from?
Like another one that could like make a serious situation much more better would be this one.
Hello, how are you? I am under the water. Please help me. Here too much raining.
I have a folder full of Smash Mouth remixes. Oh my god.
Those ones are yeah, want to hear. Some of them aren't like friendly enough, but yeah, most of them can be used. Like, I would say, one that got really got Seth a little bit was this one. I would say.
What are you doing, step bro?
Seth got stuck on a step. What was it? Amnesia: The Dark Descent, I think. And he was stuck and he couldn't get unstuck, and I played this one. But yeah, soundpad is amazing. Like it will make everything much 10 times better.
Throw in the jokes, make things laugh. People laugh.
Yeah.
Yes, and also when we were playing Dead Island, the joke was that Bill Zors and me went on vacation and we had a zombie apocalypse happen at the same time.
Yeah.
So I kept going into the water like, I was promised I could go swimming, and I start going swimming, and I'm like, sure, you finally take me to this really nice island, but now it's zombies everywhere. How dare you? You knew about this, didn't you?
But he would say, but it was only $29. It was cheap.
It was so cheap, I had to. Come on. We can deal with the little zombies.
Too much of a good offer to refuse, and you could use exercise. You could start running.
Oh, that game, the running doesn't last as long as you want it to.
Yeah, true. Like you won't last long. You want to just run.
Yeah, no. And my favorite thing is to hit zombies with cars.
Oh yeah, that is just as satisfying. Like if you have ever played Warzone, if you go on those I forgot their name, not bikes. You know what I'm saying? Those forgot you call it. People will know it's some sort of bike, but not actually bike. You go on it and you go up the stairs and into the house, and most people doubt you can do that. So when you caught them surprised, you can run them over with it. Like yeah.
Like, mwahaha, I have the bike. Meow.
Yeah, like I wiped out a whole squad with one bike. 2 of them with one. Yeah, quad bike.
Hey Outrun, welcome. Remember everyone to hit the like button and make sure it feels it. Also, Streamlabs, why did you have to do those back to back? I know that they were 10 minutes apart from each other. Bad Streamlabs. It shouldn't coincide like that.
It's like that.
Raven had that happen too, which is quite amusing. He's like, why did those pop up at the same time? They're like, they should overlap. But
Yeah, true.
my theory is that Streamlab is always trying to send a message, and then when it can go through, it's like, oh, here we go. So every half an hour to 45 minutes, it's always trying to send the messages.
Like I think whenever it does this, you feel like this. You want to say this.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Well, I had to pop
Whenever-
up on a premiere once, and I'm like, thanks, Streamlabs. It's not a live stream, but okay.
What? How does that happen?
Well, because you can talk during premieres, so that's why my thought is it doesn't know that you're live. It's always trying to send the message in the times that you told it to. So even through the whole week, it's like, okay, I'm gonna try this message, it didn't work. I'm gonna try this message, it didn't work. And then it's like that one time your live stream, it's like, oh, it worked.
Yeah. Like one person actually said, I don't know if you are familiar with the SCP world, but someone said it's SCP-001, the computer's virus or something like that, an entity that is living in a computer, and someone said Streamlab is that SCP. He's trying to get out.
It's just trying to get free. It wants its own body. Anyone willing to give Streamlabs its body so it can yell at people?
It's HAL 9000 all over again.
Funny part is I sing Daisy all the time and people just stare at me and I'm like, what? I like the song.
Yeah, I understand.
But it's so funny, it's like, why are you singing that song of all songs? I'm like, because it's easy to remember and it helps calm me when I'm stressed out. I've been singing it since I was little.
Yeah, true. Like whatever calms you down, you can use it.
Yeah, it's just funny because I didn't know about HAL 2000, but I found out the reason they used that song was because the very first computer ever that could do voices, that's the song it gave. So
Interesting reason.
So that's why it used Daisy. So have you smell Raven? A wet bird.
No, we don't. A wet bird.
Actually,
Yeah.
Raven hasn't said
And,
anything in a while too. I'm thinking he's just in the background, planning his revenge on Derringer. And tomorrow, Derringer is in for a reckoning.
He will be having the worst day of his life.
He's gonna have no ketchup to smash. He won't be able to get into Raven's house. He's gonna have it all boarded up so he can't get in.
Reverse Una on him.
Reverse Uno. He's in his house, breaking his ketchup.
Have you are you like familiar with the SCP world?
A little bit. I'm actually very upset that 242 was taken and that it is a self-cleaning self-cleaning pool. It's like, oh, but I'm 242.
Oh, you can have it. Like, yeah, I would say nowadays it has lost a little bit of momentum because some channels are making a bit too much content that isn't original to the Wikipedia that has been founded. You can add to it, but you should keep the continuity. But they are just making things up. But mostly, it still is, I think, one of the best things in horror genre or true in scary genre. Because I think creepypasta has been down for a little bit. I don't know if people agree with me, but creepypasta.
No Sleep
last-
seems to have replaced it, I find.
Like in the last like 2 years, nothing like spectacular has came out of it, and maybe because of the attention that the media got, like the what you call it, the Slender Man. It got
Yeah.
its own movie and god awful. That was god awful movie. It wasn't deserved. Like maybe people are scared or just don't want to be disappointed again. Because there was a rumor that they were going to make a Eyeless Jack and Jack the Killer movie.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I
But
mean,
I
they
doubt it.
are original stories as long as they get a hold of the authors and pay them. Wait,
That they
hold
don't.
on. Wait, there's another 242 out there, and it's a self-cleaning pool. Well, it's 2, as in the number 242. It's SCP 242.
SCP-142.
Yeah. But I would not make my characters an SCP because then they become free use, and I do not want that. They are my characters.
Yeah. Same here. Like, first people thought I was SCP-049, the Plague Doctor. Yeah, my appearance is based on that, but no. I want to, if whenever I reach 1K, I would release the first part of the origins of, I would say, Dr. Grimm. And yeah, I think it will be a 3-part origin story, but I would think 1K, 10K, and 25K or 50K.
See, and
I would be the origin stories.
I did my
Like-
my origins drop at 242 subs.
Very nice. Yeah, I know. I have seen it.
Oh, did you? You watched that 242 special?
Yep.
I wish I was a self-cleaning pool. You wish you were one, or you wish you had one, King?
Both, maybe?
Maybe. Nah, I didn't want to wait for 1,000 subs to do a drop. I thought 242 was a really good spot for me.
I'm trying to model off, like, I don't want to copy everyone, but I want to model off Mr. Cripps, because he's one of my favorite narrators, and he did this kind of origin story around 1,000, I think, 100,000 or 100K. He did his origin story part 1. I think it was around that, or maybe I'm wrong. But in a certain goal, he did this, and I'm sure it was around 100 or 200K. And he has done 2 parts, and when he reaches, I think, 1 million, he's going to do his last part or the one before last.
See, and I don't want to wait
Like,
that long. It's too long to wait.
Yeah.
But it does
Yeah,
entice
true.
people to
Subscribe and continue
Yeah.
watching.
yeah.
Yes, it's a good tactic, and I would say I don't know everyone, but I would say hands down. If we want to say Mr. Consistency, not just throwing out video every day, but good actually quality. Even some stories that aren't really sensible or engaging, he makes it engaging in a way. I would say hands down, Mr. Consistent, for me at least, would be Mr. Creeps. For you, who would you choose?
That posts every day?
Yeah, he posts every night.
No, but you're asking for
Sometimes
who. You're trying to ask me who I would recommend who posts every day, because I'm not going to recommend anyone.
No. I'm not asking. I'm saying, who would you think as Mr. or Mrs. Consistent in this community?
Well, Raven, as the Raven Dreams, always posts on the days he says he's going to. So he's really good. And so is PA Nightmares. I tried to be.
True. Mine is god awful because of the health condition.
Yes, that's,
So
that's
I'm not making
different.
promise.
And there's
I'm
people
not
like,
making promises.
there's a few people who just kind of record something, get it up, and just put it out whenever they get it done. So there's no consistency. I pick Sundays as my day that I post things, and I try to make sure something's always up. And that's why I've also gone down to 1, is because of my own health problems. I'm not the most healthy person. I don't get hospitalized or anything, but I get colds a lot. I get sick, so I just want to make sure that I have time to get everything done, because I don't want to put a half-ass video out. If it's not
true.
if it's not up to my
Like-
standard, it ain't going out.
Yeah, like I would say, yeah, Raven Dreams, yes. Page Nightmares, I love his content. Yeah, everyone. But for me, I would say Mr. Chris, because his dedication is something different, like to put out consistent videos every day, like that must be hectic. And he does like 2 or 3 videos on his second channel every week too, and sometimes streams and sometimes post gaming too on his third channel. So it's a lot for one person. I know he has a team of author that he works with him, but still, I would say top class consistent person for me, I think would be him. And I have been following
Well,
him since he was like
Tiny.
30K, I think.
Yeah. Hey, Azure Knight. He must also have editor and everything too. Pretty much what I'm thinking is all he has to do is actually record, and he has other people who are taking care of the rest for him. Because
But still managing that, it's a lot. Like,
oh no, that's a ton.
narrating isn't easy itself.
No.
And managing others to do your work is even worse than you doing it yourself, because they don't know the standards that you want. They just hear the words.
Well, it depends, right? Because if it's been someone you've been working with for a long time, yeah, they're gonna know what your standard is. They're gonna know what you want. It's when you first start,
Yeah,
it's gonna be a problem. But
yeah, like for me, I would say him. My top four, I would say, is first Mr. Nightmare, second Mr. Creeps, third Let's Read, and fourth Lazy Masquerade.
he posts twice a week, I think. Lazy does.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Twice a week, and his videos are like unique and very like detailed compared. Rest of the people are detailed, but he rarely uses stories. He mostly covers like true crime stories, and he writes the script himself. He's not narrating already made story. Sometimes he does the research himself.
Yeah.
Because there's little to no evidence for this story.
Yeah, he does get other people to help him with the research, though. There's been a few times he's like, I would like to also give thanks to blah, blah, blah for helping me with the research or helping me write this script and stuff like that. But
his work is unique, and I would really appreciate it because of what diversity he's bringing to this community.
yes, yeah. Because he used to do stories, and now he doesn't do them at all anymore. He just does true crime now. But he tries to bring light to stuff that isn't here, because he lives in Japan, so he does a lot of
with his wife.
Yes, who he just married actually.
Yeah. True.
But no, he just tries to bring light to stuff that this side of the world isn't getting, which is actually pretty smart because it brings more light to it. So you might have people who get really interested in it who don't live in Japan who might go like, oh, did you look at this part or that part? Or so, because they've had a few like cold cases seriously helped by armchair detectives. The reason we know who the Grateful Dead Jane Doe is, or John Doe, sorry, is because of armchair detectives.
Yeah, I know.
So
I heard a lot.
that was really cool. At least the mom finally got to find out what happened to her son. They don't know how he ended up in that vehicle. They don't know any of that stuff. But at least the mom now knows where her son is, and she's not, still waiting for him to come through that door anymore.
Yeah, because you finally get the confirmation of what happened. I know it's very hard, very sad. You cannot say now because she knows she's feeling better. No, she will feel worse, especially at first. But I would say because you have a confirmation, you have a sense of relief. Because we, as human beings, this is my thought process. We hate doubts. We hate the unknown. We want to know.
Yes.
Even if it means it will hurt us.
Yes, and well, to me, if my dog disappeared, it's the best thing I can do because I don't have any kids. my dog disappeared, I would want to know my dog had passed instead of just sitting here wondering if, you know, someone else has her or if, you know, she's hurt or whatever. So to me, the thought of not knowing what happened to someone is worse than knowing that something worse has happened. I think that's just worse.
Good. Yeah, I would say that. And hello, alternative night. And yeah, you can ask me any question you want, as long as it's PG friendly.
Yes.
I would, sorry, I would say, yeah, like, how about you? What people would you consider as your idols or top 4 or top 5 narrators or horror content creators that you have been listening to in the last few years? And for anyone, sorry to interrupt,
Yep.
but for anyone that is like saying, "Where is Corpse Husband?" Corpse Husband, I like his voice, but I would say he's a horror narrator that, because of his health, I would say he prefers to play games mostly now, and I'm glad that it makes him happier. But he's not a narrator anymore.
No, he's not. He hasn't narrated in over a year, I think. So.
Yeah.
No, and
So,
I
go
wasn't.
on, sorry
I
to
wasn't going.
interrupt.
I wasn't going to say Corpse Husband. Corpse Husband was one of the first I listened to, but actually, since I got more into narrating, I actually don't like how he narrates. I find it too bland. King, yeah, I know. Actually, Lulu did escape once and came back and was like, "Hey, this is where I ran away from." So she's not going anywhere. She'll come back. People that I listened to that are bigger channels were Lazy Masquerade, Bebusta, Let's Read. I listened to a little bit. I think Darkness Prevailed was another one that I listened to. But now that I am a smaller channel and actually doing it myself, I listen more to like As the Raven Dreams, PA Nightmares, and then Miss Creepy Tales, Silver Threads, and I hope he comes back soon. I miss him.
Same.
And then I do like hop around and listen to others, but I always try to listen to pretty much everything that Raven does. I try to listen to, just because me and him are really, really good friends, and I find that what he always puts out is really, really good. And he's definitely one of those narrators out there that deserves to be a lot bigger than he is.
True, I agree to that. And 2 other people, like I would say number 5 for me that I forgot, and I'm so stupid to forget this. Dark Somnium. I love his voice. I can like listen to it while doing anything. Although the stories are creepy, but I rather enjoy it because of his voice. I think his voice is very unique and very comfortable to listen to.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, you also have to enjoy listening to whoever you're listening to, right? So, if you don't like how someone's telling a story, you know, then you're not going to really get engaged with it. So, and I'm trying. The problem is, like, I only have so many days, so many hours in my days, and I'm actually trying to stay less away from listening to other narrators, only because I found when I listened to other narrators, I'd find stories I had done, and then I'd start subconsciously judging them and myself according to how they read it. I was like, oh, I should have read it that way. So I try to stay a little more away from other narrators, only because I don't want to judge
back
people.
in a minute, sorry. I'll be back in a minute. Continue. I will be back in a minute or 2.
Okay. So yeah, that's why I try to listen, but yeah, the biggest thing is if I find a story that I've listened to or I've narrated, I just find that I'm subconsciously judging how I narrate it to how they narrate, which is not always a bad thing, but at the same time, it's not always called for either. So I try not to listen to too many stories anymore. But I mean, live streams and stuff I try to go to and just hang out and enjoy people and have fun. So yeah, I try and just subconscious things where you're like, I should have said that better. Oh, they said that so much better. They told that story so much better than I did. Why didn't I do it that way? And it's just like, well, it's not fair to them and it's not fair to you either. Trying to hold yourself. But if you're like, find a narrator that you really, really enjoy, well, yeah. So I do listen to them, and try to like, okay, what do I like about them? Like, and sometimes you try like, can I incorporate it? Or, you know, the way they read this was really good, so how did they do that and stuff like that. So that's just how my brain works. I like to break things down and try to figure things out, so it makes it harder for me. Thank you, King. I try to do things my way. I do. But again, it's just that subconscious thing. You're just like, you know, you guys could have read that better. Or whenever I hear, it's like, that's not how you thought it sounded when you said it. So it's just like, stop it, brain.
Yeah, because sorry, I had to get my medication.
That's okay.
Yeah, because you think you have the vision of your story that you have narrated, so you visualize it in your mind, and the way they visualize it, sometimes it clashes with your own visualization, and I think that is why you kind of judge it, but not in a negative way.
Yeah, and it's exactly it. Like,
and another person that I recently, not recently, but in the last 4 months, I found, and his voice is rather calming. I would say not rather calming, but actually very calming, and I think he could easily be like a person that works in psychology or just calming people down. Like, his voice is that incredible. I would recommend would be Lighthouse Horror. I don't know if you have heard his.
yeah, I have. I haven't listened to him, and it's not even his fault. But I'm doing a series, and the author was like, "Oh yeah, this guy did the best. Blah 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 blah. He did so amazing," and it was him. And I was like, "But I'm doing that series, and I'm really enjoying it, and I thought I was doing a good job, but apparently it's not good enough."
I don't know. You are an amazing. You are an amazing narrator. If you're not talking like people, I have like watched like for the most, I would say my top two for now to listen are not top two. There are many people like Evil Outcast, so many people, but the most people that I watch nowadays would be you, Danny, Infinite Psychosis, Reaper's Horror. Hopefully, he's doing better.
Hopefully.
Seth. Seth for Midnight Researchers videos, both gameplays and narrations. I had the honor to narrate for him several weeks ago. And yeah, so many people. We have so many talented people here, like Chronopasta, like T-Stash, Lincoln Trucker, MCT, like Miss Creepy Tales. Her stories are amazing. Ladies, I forgot her name, sorry.
The Nug Queen, Lady Spicaria.
Yeah, we have so many, but yeah, don't ever doubt yourself. Like, your voice, your kind of narration is very unique and pleasant in a good way.
It's hard because you're always in your own brain thinking, you could have done that better. You fucked up, or you suck, or blah, blah. It's just like, you're always your worst critic. You're always like,
yeah, I know. Like, because I want to do one video that Lighthouse Horror did, and I'm just getting the permission, and I really want to do this because it's the first time that a horror or scary story actually affected me.
Oh wow!
It isn't actually like a scary story. It's just the realization. I won't spoil it. It's something so eye-opening. And I would say it's, I think it was, I went into a haunted hotel to end my life, but there's something strange about the room, something. Yeah, and I would recommend it to anyone. It's not advertising for him. You can read, you can see the story. But I would say like, if hands down in the like last 7 years that I've been listening to this community, this story I think is the best. Not the narration. I'm not saying the narration is the best. The narration is great, but the story itself, like props to the writer. I will send you the link after the stream. But I think you should do the story too, because I think your voice is best suited for this story.
Okay, I'll look into
And
it
you
once
can-
you give me the link.
Yeah, you can pull it off better than anyone.
Thank you. Aha, I can beat him at his own game. I'm just kidding. Again, it's just that one that one author. I'm like, but I narrated it, and I thought I did a really good job. Thank you very much. Even though the main character is a guy and I'm a girl, I don't make that. Let
Tell
that
me
stop
about
me.
it. If I want to, if I want to narrate, if I want to narrate a story that the perspective is a girl, I'm screwed with this voice.
I just, just do it. If it's a story you like, hoop it. Like,
Yeah, true.
because if I had to stop because it was a male, I wouldn't be able to narrate a quarter of the stories I do, or even half. A lot of the fictional stories are male perspective, and a lot of the true stories are female perspective. So it's just,
Yeah.
there's if you let that stop you, oh well, this is a female, I can't do it. It's like, well, do it. If it's a story you like, do it. People know that you are a male, and they know perfectly well they're going to get a male voice out of you. And you always could do collabs with those female parts too, like if you wanted. Sometimes I will do the whole narration and get a male narrator to do the voice that the guy says his voice in. So there's stuff like that you can do too. So, don't let it ever hold you back, because then you're just lowering how many stories you can do. And it's just, no one should hold you to a standard like, well, you're a guy, so you shouldn't do a female voice.
Just imagine this. A woman with my voice. How terrifying would be that? How terrifying would it be? Like, imagine a woman would speak in this voice.
Hey,
I don't know.
I have heard women with deeper voices before, but not quite as deep as yours. That evolves testosterone, which females don't get. Well, we have a little. There's a little bit of testosterone.
But even for male, I can go a little bit too deep. That's what she said.
Yeah, for Reese, I got my 16-year-old daughter to narrate a story from a female's perspective, and I did the male dialogue. It turned out great, yeah. So yeah, there's always collabs. Like, I always like to do the narrating part. It doesn't matter to me if it's a guy or a girl that's narrating it, because you're coming to my channel to hear my voice anyways, and whatever. So everyone's going to your channel to hear your voice. Now, don't do it again, Streamlabs. Don't do it twice again.
And hello, Mertad. Yeah, she has a very nice voice, and you should check her narration videos also, and also the previous streams too. They're up.
Yeah, this is number 28 of my coffee streams. They're always about 2 hours every, but yeah, there is 27 of them because one of them got taken down due to problems. So
Yeah, it's okay.
but yeah,
Now, sorry, I can't speak English.
English is hard.
Yeah. Or as a famous YouTuber once said, it's tired, I'm late. I would say, what is your favorite genre of stories? either to narrate or listen in general, like true horror, creepypasta or fiction, and also what you call it, SCPs.
I was listening to a lot of SCP stuff, but I found it very repetitive after a while, so I've kind of backed away from that. I really, for narrating, I truly love doing fictional stories. I find that they are a lot more fun to narrate, that they get more emotion out of you. But true stories, the fact that that supposedly happened to someone, they're more creepy to me because it just reminds you that there's creeps out there.
Yeah, true. I would say that. Like, for me, I still love SCP, but it has dropped down a little bit. As I said, it's overpopulating now. Too many channels. We have two amazing channels, but there are like one or two channels that are killing the momentum of the whole genre with just half-assing through videos. And yeah, I think creepypasta gives you more creativity. Like, you can do things that don't happen, and if they happen, there is no way to prove that they have happened or the story being told. But yeah, true story hands down for me. Listening to true stories, I listen to Let's Read True Stories, and he does amazing compilation even on Spotify. He puts them after a few weeks. I would like listen to them. And for creepypasta, recently they have dropped down for me a little bit, except for you guys doing it, you, Danny, and PA, and Seth, and the rest of the guys. I would consider the creepypasta over, and the ones that I love are the creepypastas that are fictional but not what you call it, supernatural. The supernatural things don't get me. I don't know why. I understand it, but it seems a bit too much or too fake to be entertaining. I don't know why. Would you consider yourself a lover, a believer in supernatural?
Yes. But there's a very good reason for that, and anyone who's listened to Raven's, actually PA's done it too, and so has Curious Raven, I think. Was it Curious Raven? They did my true ghost stories. The three that
Nice.
happened
So
to me.
you believe in it? You believe in the supernatural?
I believe in ghosts anyways.
To what extent? What would you say the extent would be?
That they are around us and they can affect our lives if we're not careful, but most don't have that kind of intent to you. They don't want to deal with like the living. A lot of them just don't have they have a lot of unfinished business, so they're stuck. But for the most part, but when you do meet an evil one, it is quite terrifying.
I would say, for me, some people might hear it and say, "There's nonsense. Why do you do horror narrations if you don't believe in it?" I would say yes. There are ghosts. There are things beyond our understanding, but it seems rather pointless for ghosts or spirits or whatever you want to call them to poke around to have fun, have their way with us, because I suppose if they are real, they have things to do also, so they don't have the time to hunt this, hunt that, to harm this, harm that. And to be honest, I believe in entities above us, like people say demons, some people say the next dimension, but I would say yes, they are, but they aren't as bad as we think are, because our morals don't are not accepted or are not adequate to them, and I think even if they are evil supposedly, they won't go around just looking for the next victim. I don't know. This is my view. How about yours?
I disagree only because I know people who would do that. So why would a ghost not want to fuck with people?
No, I say they might do it, but it's not as frequent as true stories claim to be.
Well, some ghosts do get tied to homes. They can't leave. It depends what unfinished business they have, where they died. There's a bunch of things that go into it. And some just get angry that there's people where they don't want people to be, so they're going to try to get you to leave. It doesn't normally work, but the house that I grew up in didn't have a proper threshold, so we had ghosts come in that had no tie to it, and that's what keeps a lot out. So when I grew up, I had experiences, so no one could ever say to me that I didn't see what I saw, because I know exactly what I saw and what I felt. And
Yeah. If I want to say my supernatural experience, I would say one. I won't think as supernatural because I believe that humans are more complicated than they think they are, and they haven't actually discovered many things about humans because we have only adventured towards the physical aspect, and even that isn't even complete
not even
because we
close.
haven't reached the state of healing everything. We are going to someday, but not yet. And I would say, yeah, for me is actually a rather very bad experience. It didn't harm me, but yeah, I had a I don't know why, but since that day I haven't had any dreams, like maybe once. And this is like about 10 years ago. On a certain day, no, this is actually the thing that started was 11 years ago, but 11 years ago, but the thing that actually happened was 10 years ago. So 11 years ago, I had a dream that was a chaos. I don't remember it completely, but yeah, at the end, my grandma died, and yeah, accidentally, by the police or something like that, and yeah. I was, at that time, my grandma was living in an apartment above us with my grandfather, and exactly the that date, that time next year, my grandma had sudden bleeding and went to the hospital, and because of a nurse stupidity and laziness not to check her, they discharged her without anything, and she passed away next morning. So that is the only thing I would say I would consider supernatural, because that exactly happened on that day, or at that night that I had the nightmare exactly 1 year ago. And hello, Josie.
Hi, Josie Cat. Kitty.
And I would say, yeah, it hurt me in a very bad way, especially that I haven't really had good night's sleep since then, and also no dreams. 10 years without a dream. Maybe once, I think, yeah. And that was even that horrible nightmare being repeated again. So, yeah, but I would consider myself not a non-believer, but a doubter of what the true identity is. And I wouldn't consider them like as harmful as they are depicted in the media and culture.
Well, it's because it gets sensationalized, right? So we like when things happen. If it's mundane and everyday and just something normal, we don't really want to talk about it, because it's like, well, I drive to my work today, and then I drive home, and then I drove to work today. similar idea, right? So it's not something you want to talk about. So it's more the sensational. The
Yeah. I would say, and hello Josie, how are you? I would say, yeah, like, I would like the game, like, especially some people, like, I don't know how a game would say that, especially a game like this, make people believe in it more. Like, I don't know if you have played it, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. People actually believe those kind of creatures live, like the, I don't know, the drowners, the ghouls, or the haunted spirits, like the, what you call it, I forgot, the haunted spirit ones that are so annoying to kill. Yeah, like our necrophages. I don't
well,
know.
they're all based
People are
off
using-
of folklore. So, take care, Derringer.
Take care. And I would say, like, the one that I believe maybe has a little bit truth to it would be the Leshen.
The Leshen? Oh,
Yes, Leshen and Wendigo. These two, I would say there is maybe a truth to it, but the rest, no. Heck no.
it's well, and we know that we're pretty sure we know that vampires were just a misunderstanding of how a body's
Yeah.
decayed. So
Yeah,
we
vampires actually originated from the Vlad the Impaler from the Turks. He was a person that actually put people on sticks for the fun of it when he conquered cities, and when he was thrown in jail finally, he was killing rats and piercing them and drying their blood out. So the vampire thing was actually originated from him, from a true character.
well, partly because vampires have evolved over the years. I know that Dracula is no, never mind. It wasn't based off of that. It's just the way that vampires are told in the folklore is just the way the body decays. Blood on the corners of the mouth, bodies bloated, all this stuff we now know is how a body decays and starts the decaying process, because the eyes aren't going to stay closed, the mouth's not going to stay closed. It's all going to move as the gases and the fluids start to disintegrate. So people would dig up these bodies because there was disease, and they just wanted to blame something for the disease because they didn't know about germs. So they created vampires, and it made sense. And it's just
Yes, but I prefer the ones that were in the folklores rather than the Twilight version.
yes, and that's another evolution of it, and it's getting away from that again.
And that isn't an evolution, that is a downgrade.
Well, evolution doesn't always mean good.
That is like the old meme. I don't know if you remember. Do you remember the time that Justin Bieber was hated by everyone because of his antics?
Yes.
So
When he
there was a meme going on all over the internet that it showed the Darwin's evolution theory, and the caveman became men, today's men, and the last one was Justin Bieber, and the human before it said to the humans before, we effed up, we need to go back and backtrack. Yeah, like, yeah, you're right. Evolution can't be always beneficial, but yeah, I would consider, like, I would, Wendigo and Leshen would be the most probable ones that I might believe in, but the rest, no, hell no. Like, especially the Fiend. Like, Fiend is actually based on a bull. a Norwegian bull. Exactly the same, especially that in the tribes before, they painted the bulls when they wanted to have bullfight. So come to see fields that are covered with white marks and symbols.
And again, misunderstandings, right?
Yeah.
When Hannibal crossed the mountains with elephants, what do you think the Romans thought elephants were? So these big giant monsters with these snakes on their faces with giant spears sticking out of their heads. Like, yeah, no, it just misunderstandings, and slowly over time things changing and evolving and becoming different, and it's just interesting. I don't like to disbelieve that there isn't some basis for it. It's just probably over the centuries it's been diluted and changed and morphed. And yes, I love a alternative night. I love vampires as well. That's why I know so much about them. And
I used to love them, but actually, the oversaturated information about them, especially with the Twilight and the whole new generation, actually has made me detest them to a certain extent.
And actually, the book that
Like,
I'm writing, they're actually one of the main supernatural creatures in it. So, but they're
But
not
they're-
Twilight vampires.
Hell no, those are like. How would that appeal to anyone? Anyone with. I'm not saying that the people that like them are idiots, but I'm saying they might lack a certain taste in movies because that is just like High School Musical but supernatural.
Well, it was for young teenage girls to idolize this perfect guy that just loved her so much, and she loved him so much, and she had guys fighting over her like everyone's dream. It was a fantasy, 100% a fantasy book for younger women or even older women who just wanted to be wanted and adored. That's all it was. It did
Yeah,
hit.
especially by a person with power and that can live forever, that has perfect body.
Who could kill you and wants to kill you for some reason.
Yep.
But
The
break
logic.
well, and now that I've had people break it down, the relationship is very toxic. It's a toxic relationship that they have. And apparently the author was so angry that anyone was rooting for Jacob the werewolf. She says she didn't do this, but people are pretty sure in the second book she made him a lot more awful, so people wouldn't be rooting for him because it was always going to be Edward. There was no ifs.
Yeah, like he was. I think he was feeling like this.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah, I know. I know the Twilight because of my ex, and I don't really appreciate both the movies and the books. The books are more tolerable.
I tried to read the first chapter. I couldn't even get through it. But then again, I am not a first person I don't enjoy reading first person very much, and I don't enjoy writing first person. There are certain times where it is definitely needed. It wasn't for that book, 100%, because it was supposed to be like you're reading her journal, which was just like, I'm not reading someone's journal.
Yeah, true. And another controversial matter, I would say, would be how do you feel about Game of Thrones in general, in complete, not just the last season or the ending?
I didn't see the last season. I really enjoyed the series and how it went, and I do find that it is true once they left the books behind, the stories got more weaker, but I couldn't read the books. They were too boring. Like, it's political is not my cup of tea. I was like told there was magic and dragons, and like in the first book, it's like the very end has a little bit of magic. It is a world with very weak magic, and it was not what I was expecting, and I did not expect that much political in it. And it was so hard to keep track of who everyone was allianced with and who was against who, and I remember I had to read the sister, the sister that was stuck in the capital.
I know. I didn't watch the series completely, but I would say for me, this is why some people don't like me. I really didn't enjoy the series. Like, I didn't see the appeal. Like, I'm not like a big magic fan in general, but I would say like I enjoyed Hobbits and Lord of the Ring more than this.
Well, Hobbit and Lord of the Ring has a little more magic in it. There is less characters to keep track of, which helps. Again, the series was a lot easier to keep track of because you had your visual cues. So you know that Father Stark is this guy. You know that this is a Lannister, and it was a lot more easy to keep track of everything. So if you were going to enjoy something, it was probably going to be more the series and the books because it's all written. And he goes through tons of different perspectives. So you'll be following one character for like 1 or 3 chapters, and then you'll follow another character for 1 or 3 chapters. And you're just like, okay, what?
I understand.
But I know that it was Enya or whatever her name was, the younger sister, also kind of pulled me out because she was just being an idiot. But really, it was that older sister who was stuck in the capital that really drained on me, because you're just watching this little naive girl think that, she's still going to marry this prince. And I'm like, no, you're not. That's not what's happening anymore. You're a captive and you're going to be killed when you step out of line. That's what's going to happen here.
Yeah, like the best part the best actor for me was Peter Dinklage.
Yes, he did an amazing job. He totally brought that character to life.
And especially when he hit that spoiled brat, the blonde.
Yes.
I
the
forgot
prince.
his name.
The prince.
Yeah.
Prince. I can't remember anymore. Joffrey? Was it that? I think it was.
Yeah, I think.
I hated Joffrey, but no one liked Joffrey, and apparently that role killed it for that actor. He has stepped away from acting. He might have came back, but he said after that role he did not want to play anything because everyone just thought he was this terrible person, that he was Joffrey. He's like, no, he's playing a character. Yeah, he was too good at playing the character, and everyone's like, oh, you're such a terrible person. It's like, no, he was playing a character. The character he played was Joffrey, and he was a terrible piece of shit guy. And it's because his mom never put him in his place, ever. She let him walk and do whatever he wanted. So of course he was going to be a little brat.
Yeah. But I would say the best series that I actually enjoyed is actually non-horror. It's House MD.
Oh, yep.
Have you seen it?
Yep, I've seen House. That was
For
really
me,
big for a long time.
That is the best. Like his character, the whole thing, and the whole relationship, the groups. That was, I think, the best series for me is that, and the one that most people might find it funny, but I loved it. I don't know how you say it in English. Hercule Poirot, I think, by Agatha Christie.
I don't know what that one is. Sorry. Otherwise, I would help you translate it.
Let me write it down Discord for you.
Okay. I might not still know it because I don't watch a ton of TV anymore.
No, this is an old series, like older than these series that we have talked about. If you Google it, you will see. Like, it's based on amazing books, and it's a detective, a Belgian French detective with amazing mind, and it is practical. It isn't too far fetched like Sherlock Holmes. Like the reason that I don't hate that I don't like Sherlock Holmes is it's too far fetched, especially with the new editions. It's too advanced. It's too fictional. A detective needs to be rational. It needs to be people need to feel connected to that and could actually do that if they wanted to. But the newer ones, they are like Doctor Who. They are like too fictional. I would recommend that if you like detective and police kind of series, Hercule Poirot, best hands down that, and House and Deep, best series ever. And I would say behind them again another not horror but scary, a little bit scary police type drama would be The Mentalist. Have you seen that?
I saw some of it, not a ton of it.
Yeah, that is amazing. The actor, especially, I would recommend. And the third that some people hate, but I love it, this the Supernatural.
Oh no, I love Supernatural. I haven't seen all of it, but I've seen I think 12 seasons. I loved Supernatural.
Yeah, I love it. I have seen it all, and goddamn, that is an amazing series. I usually don't like fictions because they mess up the whole thing. But the consistency, and the continuation of the characters' development, this was on point. This was hands down the best horror series that I have ever seen. And yeah, Josie, I love Mentalist too. Like that is amazing story, character development. I would recommend to anyone, especially to 242, because it's very nice and touching story with true world realizations.
Not out of nowhere where he just noticed one little thing.
That's
That's how Sherlock Holmes was.
No, Mentalist, you can actually have
Oh.
it's based on a person that lived as a charlatan. Because he trained his mind. There's a name for this trick. I don't remember. You have a memory palace. You think of a place that you love the most and know that place, every inch of it, and you place every detail as a thing in that place. Like for me, it's like a football stadium that I used to play. I placed like the goalpost as like this key. I'm not saying it's 100% real, practical, but I would say 90%. But no, Sherlock Holmes is below 40%, especially the new BBC version one.
They also brought one where Sherlock Holmes was a female, which was interesting. No, it was Watson that was the female. That's right.
Watson was female.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it doesn't matter if it really didn't matter.
Yeah.
It actually doesn't matter which gender those two characters are, to be honest. It doesn't play a major part as it did back when it was written, because a female could never be a detective. Hey, CPD, creepypasta-ish.
Hello. Yeah, true. Like, but on the topic of bad movies and bad series, what would you consider the worst series that have you ever seen, or the most overhyped series that has turned out to be outright terrible?
Nothing I can recall, probably because, well, I mean, I watched The Office, the American version, and I was recommended to actually start in the second season instead of the first because it really picks up then. Still don't see a appeal there.
No, let me say it. It's overhyped. Yeah, it's a good series. It's overhyped. The UK version is much better.
But that's what they say about
The
a lot of
original
stuff.
The true. No offense, but yes, true.
What's another one? One of the series that I really enjoyed that I thought, at least for adults, gets under thought of is Avatar: The Last Airbender. Is an amazing show, and it is not just for kids. It deals with
Yeah, it's
a
an amazing
lot of adult themes.
Hello, CPD. Yeah, it was amazing. Like even the after it, the whole the legend of what Korra or something like
Yeah.
that. Even that was good.
It was good. It had the second season, which I now know why it turned out the way it is. So they didn't know if they were getting picked up again. So they wanted to make a finale and actually end the series properly. As they were writing and getting the finale done, they're like, oh yeah, we want 3 more seasons. And they basically killed her off in a way. And then they had to undo it. So like, well, we've got everything in action. We can't just undo everything. Hold on. Let's just do things. So that's why that season's kind of weird and has a kind of a weird ending, is because they were going to end it there. It was
The production got greedy. The company they wanted more seasons.
But then when they got more seasons, and actually I find that really helped because they got backed into a corner. I think they did some more growth with Korra that way. And I'm not going to lie, I'm very happy that she turned out to be part of the LGBT party, because she is at least a lesbian, if not bi.
Yeah.
I think she's
lesbian.
more bi, actually. Because she did...
Yeah, but
she
prefers more women.
Yeah, but still, she ends up with...
Yeah.
I'm the Avatar, I'm going to steal your girlfriend.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, okay, good night, alternative night.
Take care,
yeah.
night.
I would say, and on the topic of, before going on the bad series, I would say, one of the other best series I have watched, and no one can talk shit about it because they cut it at the right moment. It wasn't dragged out. Breaking Bad.
Oh,
The hype is real and it's true.
I tried to
but
watch it. I didn't enjoy it.
Because of the violence, some people don't like it. But if you are into that kind of thing, yeah, you will enjoy it. The worst two, like the overhyped. This one is overhyped. I love the first two seasons, but after that, it went to shit. Walking Dead.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yep,
it was really
Walking
good when
Dead.
it started, and then it was just like, oh, it's the same thing over and over again. The undead aren't really the problem. It's the people that are the problem. Okay.
Yeah, and and I can say it for most Netflix original series that they make it or try to base a spin-off version of already existing series. I would say the one that has sucked the most, I would say Supergirl or Supergirl. I think
Oh, I hadn't
that was
seen it.
that was god awful. Like it was pushed to the moon, and it was so focused on her being lesbian that like the bad guy was the second matter. The first matter was she's lesbian, so this must be a great series. Why? Right. Yeah, Netflix does that. Netflix mostly ruins.
Actually,
already existing
it's the
content.
CW that's making.
Yeah. To be true, yes. That's
So it's CW that's writing it, and CW did Supernatural, but they're pretty bad for doing stuff like that, where they don't know what to do with something after so long, and they just ruin it.
Yeah, but nowadays they are being woke too much, and like I won't say I like Wonder Woman in the comics and in the books, in the games and in the animations, but okay, both movies, especially the second one, sucked.
I liked the
Especially
first
the
one.
second one, yeah.
I liked the first one a lot. I really enjoyed it.
The first one was good. I said it's good, but the first one was a little bit overhyped, but the second one sucked. No two ways about it. The second one was god awful.
Well, I found
and-
the first one. I found the ending was lacking, but the rest of it, like how
Was strong. solid.
yes, you can feel that she actually truly cared about people, and that this devastation, this war was just like killing her on the inside. The fact that she turned out to be
Yeah.
demigod or god herself, whatever it was,
Yeah.
it took away to me. It's like, well, why can't she just be an Amazon? Those were already powerful.
Yeah, true. But speaking about those, I would say another controversial opinion. I would say DC in animation and in comics is much better than Marvel, but in cinematic, Marvel is much better. And the reason I think it's because of the stupid people that get the script to write the script for for DC cinematics and movies. Like the whole Superman against Batman was okay, was good, was very good, but at the end, one word, Martha.
Yeah, no.
Why the
It made it made no sense of why Batman was going after Superman at this point. Like, I didn't find that he actually had a really good reason. Well, in the comic he did. And then yeah, just like, so they have the same mother's name. That wouldn't stop Batman from killing someone. And then alone,
Yeah.
Batman wouldn't kill anyone. Like, it just, the
No,
movies.
Batman doesn't kill, but actually has killed some people in these comics and animations. But it was when it was so dire and it was so necessary to do.
Yes, he didn't have a choice in the matter. Or it was an
Yeah, like
accident.
no, like the one that I love that he did, and he made him. For me, hands down, he's the best character in all the superheroes, and the best villain for me is always Joker. It's not because of Batman, because of his antics, but yeah, especially the one you should read. I forgot the name of the comic. It's an old one, not really
The Killing Joke?
very old, but I would. No, the Killing Joke was amazing, but no, Batman and the Justice League went after Darkseid, and Batman shot a radium bullet towards Darkseid and actually killed him almost, and made others killing him like we killed ants with our fingertips. Like, he injured him severely. And yeah, and he got vaporized by his beam, but it actually wasn't vaporized and turned out to be going back through time. And another time, I would say Batman, the best comics that have come in the recent years, I would say the Bad Metal series. Have you read them?
No, I don't read many comics anymore.
I would recommend that. It will bring you back to comics. Like, hands down, best comic in the last 10 years. Like, Batman turning evil in a way that was done perfectly. Like, especially the most horrific character I have ever seen, even in creepypasta, I would say is the Batman who laughs. It's a Batman has been turned to a Joker version of Batman.
Is someone vaping? Not me. I don't vape. So maybe it was the music. Apparently, creepypasta said it sounded like someone was vaping.
I don't hear anything, but no, okay. And yeah, I would say, how about you? What would you prefer, DC or Marvel in each aspect?
I've always enjoyed Marvel more, but that's because Spider-Man is one of my favorites. I like the fact that he actually is an average Joe who just tries to make ends meet, and he just wants to help people to help people. Like, so it's, but my biggest problem is that they finally gave him his wife and was actually able to be a normal person without the struggle as much, and the editor, I think at the time, said no, that's not how we do Spider-Man. Take his wife away. And it's just like, everyone's been kind of cheering for him to get that for a very long time, and you
especially
could
they made a very awful comic that turned out. I think Mary Jane, was it, got pregnant, but by the
someone else.
Goblin.
Yeah, no, it was horrible how they treated them. And Truth be told, really, the person he should be with, but he can never be with, is Gwen, because they together would be the perfect
Yeah.
couple.
Especially in the first two Spider-Man movies.
Yes, she is an intellectual like him. She's very intelligent. She actually would seriously help Peter become a better Spider-Man, help him invent better things. But they had to kill her off. They killed her off, probably for the blow, but now it's pretty much canon that she dies. Unless they decide to redo it, because I think they're revamping all their characters. They closed...
Maybe like DC, a new 52, like revamping the whole universe.
They decided to make all the universes collide into each other, and anyone that didn't have doubles of each other basically got to say. So Gwen, Gwen actually exists, I think, still, and so does Morales, I believe, which is the Black Spider-Man.
Yeah, I know. He is nice, but I would say, yeah, I heard that. It would be nice, but to be honest, I haven't been enjoying the last few Spider-Man movies. Like, it doesn't hit like the ones that were in 2000s.
I personally like Tom. I think Tom is the best Spider-Man and Peter Parker we have ever had. He plays both characters very well. Well,
Yeah, he plays
Tommy,
well, but the movies are dull. The movies are too dull.
I enjoy the movies.
I love him.
I think they're
I love
finally
him.
exploring.
He's amazing.
Tommy
He's
Maguire
amazing
was a really good Peter, and Garfield was a really good Spider-Man. And when we finally got an actor who can play both really well,
But the best evil Spider-Man, I would say, is Tobey Maguire. Like when he got the black suit on, he was being a jackass.
yes, but that was they
Spider-Man.
fed more into the cheesy aspect too, which I also do keep that in mind. They went more into a comic-like feel for those movies, so it has a different feel. While they try to do a little more realistic when it comes to Garfield and Tom's. So for me, I personally think Tom is the best, and I grew up with Maguire. But for the third one, they're finally going to bring all three actors in together, which I'm quite shocked that Garfield is getting anywhere near it. He friggin' shot himself in the foot, from what I heard. He said something stupid to an executive at Sony, and they fired him. So,
Yeah, I know. I know the whole situation, man. And yeah, but I really... The reason is the villains have been lacking, to be honest. The villains have been
Actually, I really liked the Vulture. I thought he was a perfect villain. It made complete sense of why he was doing what he was doing. And he didn't want to kill a kid, but he was willing to keep his family alive. Because he was just doing everything to keep everyone alive. I thought it was a great take to have Batman become the bad guy, which was really funny. Someone interviewed the Vulture, the actor who plays the Vulture, and they asked something, and they didn't remember that he had played Batman back in the 80s. And I'm like, yeah, that's Batman. He's been Marvel and DC. Oh, someone asked him what character you play in DC, and he just looked at them going, Batman, of course. He's like, oh yeah, that'd be really cool, blah, blah, blah. Because I played Batman before. What?
Yeah, I know the reason. Hey, he played it nice, but I would say the best villain for Spider-Man, I preferred Dr. What was his name?
Dr. Octopus.
Octavius. Yeah.
Dr. Ock, as everyone calls him.
Yes.
He's actually
love
coming
him.
back in the third.
Yeah,
That
I know,
exact
I know.
one. So
I saw the teaser. I love him and the Goblin. The Goblin.
the original
I
Goblin?
forgot his name. Yes, the person I forgot his name.
He
the original
played-
Goblin that was.
He played such a good crazy character. Oh my god.
He's the hands down best person to play Joker. If they ever want to play someone, a good person for Joker, he's the best one to choose.
He might be a
hands
little
down.
too old now, because I think
No, he can do it,
Joker's
like,
to be 20
Caesar
or
Rem-
30.
Cesar Romero played it and he was like a potato sack back then, and he didn't really do anything. I believe he can do it. Like
It'd be tough shoes to fill to beat what
Heath Ledger did. Yes.
yes. To be
But,
fair, that Joker was a bit weird, but he was perfect in that movie and that world.
Yeah, like the whole reason DC has a chance still in the cinematic movie, I would say is
Dark Knight.
because of that Batman. Because if that didn't exist, there's no chance.
They haven't done a Batman nearly as good as the Dark Knight series was. They're so like I really do not like the new Batman.
Ben Affleck is a bad Batman. He doesn't suit it.
Oh my god, it's so bad. It's like I'm watching him going, "You're not Batman. I don't know what you are, but you're not Batman." I hope that
he's like Hulk.
Peterson?
He's Hulk on vacation. He suits Hulk more.
Oh yeah, I think Patterson.
He's too jacked up.
Yeah. Patterson might
he's
play
too
a good
jacked up.
one. So
Yeah, but I doubt he will reach the ones as Christian Bale.
he
did it too
could.
perfectly.
Well, actually, I only find that I enjoyed the second movie. The other two I don't enjoy. I don't like the trilogy. I find the first one boring as sin. The second one has the perfect amount of action. It actually keeps me intrigued. The third one, you can tell they had a different story in mind because it felt half-assed. And
because Joker was going to be revealed behind the Bane situation, but
he died.
Unfortunately, the actor died.
Yes.
And the first one is because you are building something. You can't go straight into action.
I know,
because it will leave
but
you.
it didn't catch me. That's the problem. So I only find that I enjoyed the second one. The other two just don't do anything for me.
Yeah. Hello, CCG.
Hey CCG. Actually, we should call it. We're over 2 hours now.
Well, if you want, I can go on. If not, it's okay.
No, I make them 2 hours. Anything longer, and I won't get anything else done that I need to today. I'm a workaholic, guys. I work 24/7, except when I'm sleeping or petting my dog or eating.
Mm-hmm.
Pattinson looks like angry as hell because crazy ass Batman, and I love it. I finally hope we get another Batman that's good. I mean, even the 80s and the 90s Batmans aren't good. The only good one we ever had was Christian Bale. You felt like he
embodied the character.
Yes, he actually cared about people, and it showed. The other Batmans, it didn't feel like he actually cared about
George
humans.
George Clooney was the worst Batman ever. What was wrong with that?
No, well, that's not his fault. That was the director. He even says that he wasn't the right person for that role. Did you see the suit? Did you see the suit? What was that suit? He was
Even
trying.
For 80s.
You mean the 90s?
The 90s, sorry, for 90s.
He
that was
was trying to bring Greek sculpture, so that's why it looked that way. That's why there's bat nipples.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a Greek sculpture that was kind of moving. That was the idea behind it. I try not to hold things against people. A lot of that was their hands tied. He was told to make it more kids friendly. He was told to make it more marketable. So they did what they could. And there was a lot of ads in it, like the Bat credit card. So I don't.
What was wrong with that? That was the worst movie I've ever seen in Batman.
So the heads need to be a little in on it, because we've had where directors had all the free reign and spent all the money and bombed. But at the same time, they still need to give creative freedom to their directors and their actors to be able to actually give people what they want, and not this oversight. There was a big backlash from the 80s, early 90s for the toys that were being marketed at McDonald's, and these movies were highly violent and not anything what parents wanted to take their kids to, so that they were told to turn it down, make it more campy, and that's what we got for Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. Were these, Waterworld wasn't the big one. It was There's another movie that's like 3 hours long that was originally supposed to be like 6 or something. So bad. That's the one that killed things. Waterworld actually was an interesting idea, but I don't think it was worth the amount of money they paid for it. So, yeah, no.
But yeah, I hope like the one that I really want to see perfectly done, and hopefully if they cannot do it, I hope they won't touch it. Is Batman Returns? Is a in the comics, if you have ever read it. Batman Returns, and in the first one, I think he kills the Joker. Finally, he kills the Joker. In the second, the Joker goes is in a vegetative state, but when he hears Batman is back, he comes out and there's a final showdown. And the second one is when he beats the living crap out of Superman. There's an animation, you should watch it. And
I've
it's
seen.
comical.
I've
I hope
actually
they do that,
seen.
but
I've seen the
perfectly, right?
animation.
And the best person that could actually play for him would be Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck actually could be a good old Batman, because he's too muscly, and old Batman is too bulky for his age.
Yeah. Actually, the one that I liked that
What, the
wasn't
new
Batman, but had Batman in it was Batman Beyond. I loved the Batman in that one. And when he fought Joker and how angry the Joker got because he wasn't playing the game. He wasn't being what Batman was always. Batman never responded to anything. Batman never gave him any smart back. And here this little punk is beating back like Spider-Man does at him, and he's just infuriating him because he's not getting what he wants. And it was great. It was a great movie. I mean, there was a series too, but the movie for the Batman Beyond was phenomenal.
Yeah,
and
I would. Yeah, I would say. Yeah, I would say the best, and especially I would say Batman the animated series, hands down the
Oh,
best
God, yes.
superhero content you can get. After that, Batman Beyond, both the movie and the series.
Yeah, they both lead into each other because there's a movie between that which will tell you how the Joker dies and
Created
goes...
by the same studio. Yeah,
Yeah. So it's really good and very well done, and
yeah, comes back to life.
I wish
To
YouTube
be
would
honest,
just make
the
it so
best
you can.
Joker, I would say, is Mark Hamill. You cannot take that away.
Oh no, God, he's the best. I didn't even know that it was done by the same guy who did Luke. To me, that Joker, his Joker is more iconic than Luke Skywalker is. He also played
Yeah, and especially in the games.
he played Firelord Ozai in Avatar: The Last Airbender too. So he's a really good actor. I actually really like Mark Hamill.
Yeah, I know. He was amazing. And he did a phenomenal job as the Joker in the games too, the Arkham series games.
Yes, he said that that was the last time he would play Joker. Or was it The Killing Joke?
Yeah, and I hope the successor of his voice acting, the Killing Joke, I think, was the last one because the games came before the Killing Joke.
Yeah, so he said that he was willing to do The Killing Joke. He said that would be the last one unless they did The Killing Joke. And then he would do The Killing Joke because he's always wanted to do it, apparently. So, makes sense. Actually, he said there's been a few Jokers.
The Killing Joke is amazing comic book, and the
cartoon wasn't so great.
animation was amazing. Yeah, there have been a new Batman animated series done by Warner Brothers that are god awful, so cartoonish.
They're supposed to be though. That
the original
is.
animated series is the best animation series hands down.
But
Nothing
you
can
also
compare
have
it.
to.
Even the Justice League is amazing. Have you seen Justice League and Justice League Unlimited?
No, I don't. I'm not a huge DC fan. I'm bigger into Marvel because I find that I like their
that is
characters
amazing.
better.
Even if you are not even if you are not in DC. Uh, Justice League is amazing. Like that is the Wonder Woman that can actually produce some good content there. And the Martial Manhunter, the Flash, yeah, that the Justice League is amazing. The both Unlimited and the first version.
I was just gonna say though, Mark Hamill has
Yeah,
actually
Marvel has better cinematics, but in the comics,
I was just gonna say Mark has said that he's actually really been
What?
impressed with some of the other Jokers too. Like
Mark Hamill has actually.
yeah, he said that there's been a couple Jokers that have come out for animated that he's actually really liked, and everyone knows that he is the bar to beat or meet. So, I can't remember which ones they were, but he actually has approved of a few of them.
Like,
So
He's like. I think I know one of them is actually this one. I don't know if he did the. Yes, it was this one. Batman. Batman Returns. The Dark Knight Returns. The animation when he kills the Joker. The Joker isn't Mark Hamill in that,
yeah,
and it's a perfect mimic of Mark Hamill with the added spice and anger.
I actually don't want anyone to mimic
They're like
Mark Hamill.
his laughter is the one that to beat. Like
Yes. Oh God, yes. That laughter to this day gives me nightmares. Also is how we got Harley Quinn, and she is one of my favorite characters of all time. I love Harley.
yeah, true. I love Harley Quinn, but the Suicide Squad movies are. I hope I haven't seen this one. Has it come out yet?
I'm not sure if the new one came out. The
I
Suicide
haven't
Squad
been- wow.
was not anyone's fault.
Watching like
I will not blame anyone for that one. That's not the director's fault. That's not the actor's fault.
But
That's no one's fault.
yeah, but Will Smith shouldn't have been. Yeah. Will Smith shouldn't have been included as Deadshot. No way he can pull a bad guy. No, Will Smith cannot play a villain. That was the worst villain I have ever seen in a good movie. Like the movie wasn't god awful. It was just so dull. But he shouldn't have played Deadshot. Deadshot maybe even Denzel Washington would have been a better Deadshot than him.
He said flat out he'll never play in another comic movie
I
again.
forgot the actor's name. Yeah, he shouldn't because he doesn't really belong there. And another person I forgot his name. He should have played Deadshot. He would have been amazing. Nick Fury from the Avengers.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel Jackson. He should have been the Deadshot. Yeah, he should have been Deadshot.
Yeah, he wouldn't be
That
bad.
would be the best choice for.
We got what we got, and they're trying their best, but
He would play a villain superbly.
he has played
Yeah,
villains.
hopefully it turns out though.
He's
Yeah,
played-
he plays villains amazingly.
And then he was a Jedi and got a purple lightsaber.
Yeah.
All right.
And the most iconic line that he had, let me remember what it was. Yes, his most iconic line was this. This was the most iconic moment from Samuel Jackson, I would say.
All right. So I'm going to call it here, guys. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I hope you have a very good day.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Dr. Grimm, for joining me today. I hope you all have a good day and
Thank
take
you
care.
for having me. Take care, all of you, and thank you for having me. It was an honor and a pleasure. And I wish everyone the best of days, and if it's night, the best of nights.
And if it's in the middle of the night, go to sleep. Go to sleep. Take care, guys. Bye.
Take care.